Welcome to my live stream. We're just going to get started. I promise this one will be faster today. So I need a new plate. I'm back. Okay, so this painting today is going to be landscape orientation. So here's our little palette from last live stream. And here's our painting. I forgot we have to paint upside down. So this will be the top, but for me it's the bottom. And we're just going to go ahead and start with some pale blue. And some white. I have the large container of white. These Nick Pro paints, acrylic, they are for exterior use. I like them. They're really thick, high quality. So put a large portion of white right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the little background here with maybe this brush. Okay, how's everybody's Thursday? All right, so we start with like a sky blue. In basic design, we always learn you start with your light colors. But sometimes if you're going to do a landscape, you just start with the background and work your way down. I really need bifocals for today's because my inspiration piece is over there on the screen. I don't want to run out of space. The inspiration piece is more of a 1x1. Okay, so that's really enough of the impression of sky. And to save time, I'm not going to go around the edges today. Last live stream got away from me. It was 2 hours. We don't want to do that today. Plus, this is a lot simpler design. Okay. Yes, I have used this one. Don't need very much. This is like a purpley gray. I'm also going to grab some where did my regular gray go? Regular gray. Okay. I also organized my paints. I chose the colors beforehand, so I'm not digging around through my palette. Okay. Hi. Hey, it's Sebastian. How are you? Hi, Mac. Hockey Heart. Mac Hockey Heart. Hi, guys. I'm not going to be able to shout out everybody, but I see hi, it's Sebastian and Mac Hockey Heart. Thanks for joining. Okay. This is my old, remember from the last live stream? My 15-year-old glaze. It might even be older than that. But I'm going to need a little glaze as a medium to help the paints flow around. Okay. I'm painting upside down also. Some glaze kind of makes it transparent. Now, the impression of a beach in the distance. This kind of reminds me of Bear Lake in Utah. And I need to change brushes. Okay. Got my angled brush. I would call this pink, but the paint company calls it Persian red, so Persian red. Probably because in the Persian rugs, the reds are always kind of like a pink color. This is very, very impressionistic. Go grab another paint. There we go. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. No, we're going to just throw in a little bit of this gray. Just like skip it across. A horizontal line. Just a little impression of activity, maybe a little civilization in this area. Now, the This is the sky blue. I think I need to make it a little bit more pale. Because we want our water working on a lake scene. And the paint, the blue, the sky blue, dried darker. It's already dry. With our lake, like a nice, this is actually called lake blue. Put it near the other blue. Just gonna have a sliver. My cat Cyber was walking across my workspace because he wanted more food. He dropped one of his little gray hairs on my canvas. Okay, we're going to start with the beach. And there's lots of activity on the beach. This is the turquoise green. Hold on, let me set up my music. My music stopped for some reason. So just 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. My music had stopped. Sorry. Let's start over here. Shrubs. In the distance. That green, that's grass green. It's a little just going to go with a minty. I am trying to keep this painting under a time limit for everybody. And I'm going to add some of that grass green. Sometimes when you try to blend the acrylics, you come out with something a little wonky. I hope that doesn't happen today, but if it does, it's a new color. Okay. That's not a reflection, that is just impressionistic grass. Reload on my turquoise green a little bit. Sometimes when I'm painting all day, I get dry hands from from washing my hands all day. So I just use this plain dry hand relief. Now we're going to start having a little fun. Okay. Light coral. Still have some paints from my set that I haven't opened even after my last live stream. Light coral it is. Okay. That one was ready to be on a canvas. Light coral and rouge. And cobalt blue. That's good for this little area here. Spin the brush around so that you don't have the same repetitive mark on the canvas. I'm using the cobalt blue now. Okay, so we're gonna do like some background, some depth here. All the way across. All the way across. Some different deep blues. Now we're going to go for the darker violets. This one is just called Violet, but it's really dark. Sometimes you have to give your little layers just a few seconds to dry. This is a gorgeous color. It's just called Primary Red, but to me it looks magenta. Should use the fan brush for this next area. I almost called you Smokey. Everyone, this is Cyber. He just poked his little cat nose in. My canvas is right there here. The colors, we've got magentas with greens, blues, and a light pink. Sometimes I just get pensive about the painting and don't talk. Sorry. I'm trying to read upside down and paint upside down, but thanks everyone for joining. These paintings are kind of like a little microcosm of my larger murals. I always thought my murals would look nice if I sampled them because there's certain areas of my murals that I just loved how they turned out. I'm like, ooh, I'll have to do that again sometime. I like that. You know. Don't know if you know, but now you know. Okay, now that brush has got a few too many colors happening, so we're going to put it in the water. And I forgot to put the lid. You can't forget to put the lid on your paints. Paints are expensive. Everything is expensive. Okay, so through this center area of the front, we're going to break out our actual phthalo green. It's got a really dark pigment, but it's kind of translucent. You have to mix it with lighter colors to really get any opaqueness to it. Even the more expensive brands are the same. So I'm going to start with a little primer. A little white, little glaze. Go with almost a that's black, really dark green for this corner, but I don't want it to be moss. I want it to be I guess this one. No, we just used that one. This is the turquoise green. It's quite dark, but I need to add probably even some black into this corner. I use that really dark gray. Where's that really dark gray that I just had? Now they're letting me get it disorganized. That's raw umber. There it is. Payne's gray. I think it has not. No, it's been opened. Okay. This is considered a gray. Let's see what happens. Yes, okay. That's what I was. Green gray. I mean a green black almost. I'm gonna turn my background music back on. I spend a little bit too much time looking around. Okay. deciding where the little colors, more colors. Okay, we're going to go with some bright lemon yellow. And that orange. And a teeny tiny brush. These look like gladiolas, maybe. If I've inspired anyone today, go ahead and leave a like. It helps my channel out more. It's pretty. pink. I call it Pepto-Bismol pink, right? Okay. My brushes are old and ratty. Y'all see that? Now it's time for some little purple ones, I think. Little. Wait. A better one. I haven't opened this one. It's just called purple. I can't believe I still have one that wasn't open yet. So it should be a new color. Y'all ever tried pointillism? I've never actually tried pointillism. Like, I never took art classes in high school. I took them in college. And a lot of times they had a pointillism project. And I was always kind of jealous because I always wanted to try it out. And when I would, in high school, walk through the halls, I'd be like, I can do that. But I wasn't enrolled in art class. I was in dance class. For my elective. We're going to use like a little primer to lighten this little area up, and then we'll add some color in through here. So when you add a little layer of white before you are going to be going with a bright color, especially a darker color, it helps it pop. So I think that little area should be the tangerine color. It's not called tangerine. It's probably more of a melon. They call it light coral. We use this over here. Yeah. I'm going to use a little bit of that darker what's it called? Forgot what it's called. Payne's gray. Okay, I'm going to turn it around for me to look, see how I did. Ooh. Okay, wait, I have some spots I was going for. Need a really bright punch of turquoise. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to sign this one. Let me grab my marker. This is all I could find, metallic silver, but I'll put it down here in the corner. Okay, time for some shout outs. Hi. Okay, Liz in Equibats. Hi. Liz Lizini Quabadzi. Okay, hi. Arabella, hi. That one delusional one. Thank y'all all for joining. And pick up my painting. I think it turned out great. Not bad for upside down, huh? And I cut the live stream down by almost 50%. Okay. Last time I took it over to my little table, so let's do that too today. Put it here. Let me turn it, let me flip. Okay, too bad this wasn't done on a larger canvas. Now we'll come over here in the natural light. It's one of my paintings, still on the wall, same place. Okay, here's another one of my paintings from college, oil painting class. All right, so I'm going to do a second part to this one. I might even put this one on a giant canvas for my website. Let's put it more in the light here. I could have just moved the lamp. And I'm glad we went with the landscape orientation today rather than vertical. This one's signed. Okay, thanks for joining. We'll do it again in a few days.